Today we're going to make a whimsical birdhouse. What a great project, guys. Come and join me. We're going to make this whimsical birdhouse right now. Crazy looking birdhouse from a crazy maker. Just bringing in my big slab of sienna pine. Another good looking birdhouse, guys, isn't it? And it's made from a garden sleeper, a $23 garden sleeper that I get from the big box store. It's sienna pine and makes great birdhouses, guys, great birdhouses. The pine's got some character to it. Not like Pinus radiata where it's just kind of flat. This has got some character to it. I think it's great for birdhouses. The first thing we've got to do is to cut a big hunk of this off. And then we can machine it up and then glue it up for the front and the back of the whimsical birdhouse. Cutting off a big slab now on the docking saw. Yeah, come up well then. And maybe get down the guts. Just so it's slightly easier to handle for the machines. I do this in two passes because I don't want to stretch the blade out. This is a big hunk of timber, this, 75mm thick. There you go, all done. Rolling up my sleeves so I can buzz the blocks now, as a good woodworker should. Except I left a little bit of sleeve hanging down, which a good woodworker shouldn't. I survived, and through the thickness there it goes. Rip them now to about 22mm, I think. Wow, look at that shot. Steven Spielberg would be amazed with that shot. Very artistic. And now the overhead shot. Damn. All fun, guys. And just gluing him up now. I'm using my old chest clamps. They're the best, the old chest clamps. Much better than the new ones. I hope you can hear me. Yes, it is pissing down outside. It is a dog day in Melbourne today, guys. Cold and rainy. I've taken the blanks to our whimsical birdhouse out of the clamps. And I'll whack them through the thickness there, dress them down to about 15, 16mm, I suppose. But look at the background, guys. I bought a new machine. Yay! I brought a scroll saw, guys. And you'll see later on how good it works. Bloody good machine, huh? Through the thickness it goes. I've screwed the two blanks together. I've marked out the shape for the whimsical birdhouse, as I call it. But I don't know what else to call it. It's a very artistic and tactile shape. We've got the bottom half and the top half. The top half, the roof is going to be clad in copper. Look at that. That's going to look great, isn't it? Until it tarnishes up. But it's going to look great. I'm going to somehow cover this shape in copper. I'm cutting it out now on the bandsaw. They're both screwed together. Can't stand behind my bandsaw, I've got to stand sideways. Not enough room in the shed, as they say. And cutting all the spaces now. I've got the sides all cut out, and I've cut all these spaces. This the copper is 150mm wide. That's how wide I want to make the birdhouse. So I've cut these to about 110. And then I'm just going to put them around. They're just to make a structure at the moment. They don't have to be in any specific spot. I just nail them all around there and nail the top on like that. And then I'm going to cover it in bendy ply. Look at this, guys. 6mm bendy ply. It bends one way. It won't bend this way, but it will bend that way. It'll bend sideways. So I'll cover it all in bendy ply. And then I've got a structure to put the copper on, but the copper is very thin, just like a wafer. After I've got it all covered in bendy ply, I can glue on the copper somehow. I think it'll be fun. Haven't done this before. Around the bottom, I'll put some timber slats, I think, to give it a bit of contrast. And I've got to drill a hole for the birds first. The false windows and the false doors in. So there's still a lot of work to go, guys. But it's a lot of fun. Should have a go at one. They're not hard, but it doesn't matter. You can't make a mistake because you're making it. There's no plans, there's no nothing. No one cares. The birds don't care, and I bet you make a good job of it. Have a go, guys. Drilling the hole now for the birds. There you go, all done. And just nailing on all the spaces, bit of glue and nails, and cutting the bendy ply now. Cut it about 10mm over size. I'll just see how it works then. Yeah, it's looking good so far. It bends. The bottom bends. Yeah, that should work. Yeah. Just gluing it on now. Part in 2 sections. I use a staple gun instead of a pin gun, but the pins would pull through. So the staple gun will hold much better on the bendy ply. A new day. Let's see how it all turned out. Looking good, Dan. A new day in Melbourne, guys. It's bloody chilly again. I got all the bendy ply on. Just going to be trimmed up now. I haven't got much width. I've only got about 2mm difference in the width. Gee, it's not even 2mm. Yeah, it's about 2mm difference. So I've got to make sure I put this on perfect as I go. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Just sanding up the sides now. Cutting off the excess off the wing. And spraying on the contact adhesive. On the first part, gluing it on. Yeah, it's looking good then, I think. Bending it back now so I can spray the other half. Yeah, it looks easy, doesn't it? Make sure you line it up good. Rub it in as you go. What could go wrong? Very good. And doing the top now. I'm not impressed with the glue, guys. Just let's go. Look at that. It's too thin. It just lets go. So what do I do now? There, I've got no more copper. I think I'm going to work something out. I don't know what yet. Probably some screws around the edges, I think. It's only a birdhouse, guys, remember. and I can make all the decisions. It's not like I'm doing it for a job. It's good to be the king. Just cutting out the architrave now. I go around the top to hide all the gaps. Cut them out of walnut, just for a bit of contrast. What a bloody disaster that was. The glue didn't take it all. It just sort of peeled off, kind of half taken. I put screws in there, I had to put some screws in there, but otherwise it's just going to fall apart. That's spray glue, shit ass, don't like it at all. It's got no body to it. And it doesn't stick to your surface, it just kind of peels off. I don't know. Anyway, I fixed all the little gaps around everywhere by putting an architrave around everything. And that kind of looked quite good for a birdhouse. I'm happy of how that turned out now. It was a disaster in the making though. But anyway, for a birdhouse, not too bad. Alright, just cutting the bottom slats now, they go around the bottom. I got some hardwood ash there, so I'll cut them out of that. And cutting them down the guts now on my small saw that's got a very thin blade in it. That works well with a small saw, I like it. And putting a half round on everything now. There we go. And using the scroll saw, yay! Took a little time to get used to it, but I got it going. And now sanding up all the little window frames and door frames and scrolls. Looking good, Dan, looking good. Sanding them on the flat linger now, all the little pencil marks off them. Got a very fine belt on that flat linger. Alright guys, I've got all the windows cut out. Very nice, aren't they? And I'm staining them up in a maple colour. And what I'm going to do, these are only going to be false windows. So I've got some black and grey markers to draw inside the windows. So it looks like there's something behind it. So I'll do that. I've also stained up all the slats that go around the bottom of the birdhouse, and we can put them on too. And I've got to drill the hole for the perch yet. I'll drill the hole for the perch, so we can put that in first. We can mark all the windows out and do our colouring in with our markers, and then put the bottom on. So there's a bit to do. But it's come up quite well. I like the scroll saw. It does a bloody good job. I never would have been able to do that with a jigsaw. So yeah, well, it's coming up quite well guys now, after the debacle with the roof. Just a little bit of glue. And I've already cut the inside of the window in with the pen markers. Pinning them on with the pin gun. Here he is guys. There you go, all done. Looks like the shadows inside the room. Now just a bit of glue and putting on the bottom slats. To follow the curvature around. I'm using a brush to brush on the polish on this one, because I didn't want any polish to get on the copper. It's water-based polish I'm using. We're all finished. The whimsical birdhouse. What a great fun project to make, guys. It came up fairly well. I mean, I'm even going to say it pops, like my boxes. But that was so much fun to make, guys. And my scroll saw worked great. I love it. The copper was a bit of a disaster, but in the end, it came up all right. So there's always a way out, guys. There's always a way out. All right, guys. Thanks for being with me today. And please join me next time where we'll be making something unusual again. As you know, I like making unusual. See you guys.